Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be discussing 3 solid dramas you must stream. Now I've watched all 3 of these films recently and they are what I would describe as gripping entertainment. In fact, 2 of these films are based on true stories. So if that appeals to you, these will be right up your alley. Now, these films also feature some big stars. So not only do the stories feature some emotional punch, but the casts involved add a certain star power that make these fascinating stories even more compelling. So anyway, let's get straight into these dramas. They're not presented in any particular order, but they're definitely must-sees. So let's start with number 3 on my list, and it's The Lost Bus. This was released in 2025 and it stars Matthew McConaughey and America Ferrera. This survival drama is now streaming on Apple Plus and tells the true story of a troubled bus driver who, under extreme circumstances, manages to navigate a bus carrying 22 children to safety during the Northern California campfire that broke out during 2018. This harrowing story has been brought to the screen by English film director Paul Greengrass, and Matthew McConaughey just inhabits this role with every emotion he has at his disposal. He is sweaty, he is anxious, he is intense, he is a man on the edge just trying to do a job. I found McConaughey's performance extremely effective. You can really tell that he is an Oscar-winning actor, and he manages to keep this compelling story watchable from start to finish based on his presence. There is some pulse-pounding moments in this film. There is terrifying visions of fire. These kids are totally distressed. But McConaughey's character, despite his personal demons, focuses on the job at hand and just manages to drive this bus to safety. It took tenacity, commitment, and endurance. And it's a fascinating little film. It's almost like watching a documentary on the event. And I think that's a complimentary statement. So McConaughey, Ferrera, and the kids all do their bit. And The Lost Bus is worth experiencing if you're a fan of solid, true story dramas. Moving on to number 2 in my list, and it's Stolen Girl, starring Kate Beckinsale and Scott Eastwood. Stolen Girl is now streaming on Amazon Prime and was released in 2025. This is a harrowing human drama inspired by true events about a determined mother whose world is shattered when her ex-husband abducts their daughter and takes her to the Middle East. So this is really a search and rescue film. It details about 10 years in the life of Beckinsale's character, where she is just trying anxiously to find her daughter. And she enlists the help of Scott Eastwood, who is an ex-Marine who is now working as a child abduction specialist. So the 2 of them team up to help each other. And during this time, Beckinsale gets involved in Eastwood's work, and she actually helps find some other missing children in the process. So this is inspired by a true story. It is a solid drama. Both actors do their bit, and I really think if you're a parent of a child, this is a very connective drama. This will draw you in, and it will keep you watching until the very end. As expected, Beckinsale looks totally distraught throughout, and she has a very moving piece at the end of the film where she confronts her husband over the daughter, and it is really involving and quite touching. So Beckinsale and Eastwood do make an interesting on-screen pairing. I think this story is quite captivating. We have seen films like this in the past, back in the early 90s. Sally Field did a very emotional film called Not Without My Daughter, and this movie tries to hit those same emotional buttons. I really think mothers will be invested to go on this journey, as taxing as it may be. It's a film that will get under your skin, it will leave you with mixed emotions, and it will bring you even closer to your kids. So a very compelling cast and a rather affecting storyline makes Stolen Girl a journey worth taking. Number 1 on my list is a movie from 2023 that some of you may have missed along the way. It's called Desperation Road. This is a solid human drama starring Garrett Hedlund, Willa Fitzgerald and Mel Gibson. In this compelling film about broken people, Fitzgerald plays a troubled single mum who makes a very poor decision and almost loses her daughter. Meanwhile, Garrett Hedlund plays an ex-con who is trying to repair his life. These two people intersect, and so the twists and turns of this tale begin. Now, Mel Gibson comes into the film as Hedlund's caring dad, and he is there in a very supportive fashion, and he has some rather stirring conversations with Hedlund. Really, this is a heartfelt film about broken lives. It deals with tragedy, hardship, suffering, and ultimately forgiveness. The entire cast dig deep to bring the emotional core of the plot to the boil. Filmmaker Nadine Crocker should be very happy with her efforts here. She has managed to bring to the screen a very compelling story, and she has obviously worked so close with her actors, and they are so committed that the performances feel almost unforced and very natural. It really is a movie where these actors are laying bare a part of their soul for their art. So Desperation Road, not an easy watch, but with Garrett Hedlund and Willa Fitzgerald giving it their all, and Mel Gibson there just adding tidy support, this is just a compelling little gem. It's certainly not for everyone, but it dares to show human anguish in all of its forms. And there is an element of beauty to that in amongst the struggle. So Desperation Road, it is now streaming on Amazon Prime, and if you've missed it along the way, it is well worth your time. So that just about does it for today. 3 solid dramas that you must stream. I found these films totally involving, and I think if you love dramas, you will get something out of them. So if you've seen any of these films, please share your thoughts in the comments below, and I will definitely be back with some more streaming options for you in the near future. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.